thoughts on the matchup? It's one of the big games on the college football slate. You've already had one of these games, and just how big is this for what you're trying to build?
Yeah, you know, Michigan's a great team. We're super excited to go out there and compete with them.
How have you felt about your season so far?
You know, I think we've had a great season. I think we still have a lot of room for improvement. I think we've shown flashes of some of the things that we can bring to the table. But like I said, you know, I feel like we've still left a lot out there, and there's a lot we can build on. So I'm super excited to continue going into this season.
Michigan's got a strong corner, at least one in Will Johnson, but obviously a stronger secondary just as a whole. What stands out about the secondary?
Yeah, you know, like I said before, you know, I think they're great players. Super excited to go out there because I think we have some great players too. So just excited to go out there and compete with those guys.
What makes them great?
You know, I don't really want to dive into that right now, but that's a great question for Coach Riley.
When you were going through the recruiting process, was Michigan involved in that? Have you ever been to the Big House before?
I've never been there before. You know, I don't really talk about my recruiting process much, but you know, I've built some great relationships with those coaches, so I'm super excited to go out there.
Duce, what have you seen just from Zachariah ran track, you know, in the spring and worked a lot on his speed training? Did you see any kind of development there? Did you get even faster when you came back from the fall? What did you see from there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Zach is a freak athlete. There's no one, I believe there's no one in college football that like Zach. And this offseason, you know, he put in a bunch of work. He really focused on his nutrition. He took his training super seriously. And so I think you've even seen it, that build, that jump through the first couple games. And you'll continue to see that throughout the rest of this year for sure.
What is this offense? Is just trust in Miller, knowing that, you know, it's just his fourth start in college football, and obviously entering a really, you know, dynamic environment, but knowing what he's been through already, what is the trust in him that he's still gonna produce at the same level that he has?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've spoke about this before, but Miller's just a natural-born leader. Like, he's the guy you want to go out there and lead your team. I mean, he's shown that he can play in these huge games before. You know, whether it be the bowl game, whether it's LSU, in Vegas. Like, he's shown that in these moments, he's that same guy. He's that same leader. And so, you know, there's no one I would rather have be my quarterback going into this game.
He's been so quick to get rid of the ball, one of the fastest in all of college football. How much has that just kind of helped the efficiency of this offense, or help this offense to keep moving?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, his quick release, you know, I think it shows the trust that he has in us. The relationship, you know, the time spent that he's or that we put in this offseason together. You know, whether it be the PRPs, whether it be the spring practices, like all that time, I think it's really shown throughout this season, and hopefully it will continue to show.
Thanks, Duce.